Chicago Bears Now is presented by True Classic. You guys can get 25% off at trueclassic.com/chat with code chat, polos, t-shirts, jeans, shorts, and a whole lot more. Go check it out right now. On today's show, I got a 53-man roster projection after mandatory minicamp. So OTAs in the books, minicamp in the books, and now we're going to go position by position. Way too early, 53-man roster edition. Let's dive in. 2 quarterbacks make the 53. I thought about going 3, but just 2 here. Justin Fields, obviously your starter. PJ Walker, your backup, which means that Nathan Peterman and Tyson Bagent get cut. And obviously, you're going to carry a third quarterback on the practice squad at least, so one of these guys should be there. I think Peterman would be the favorite to do that. He served that role last year. Teams clearly value him in the QB room. That's why he keeps getting jobs. But Tyson Bagent is an intriguing prospect with a strong arm. Maybe he can do enough to earn that practice squad gig. Now, who do you think will be the practice squad quarterback? Type NP for Nathan Peterman or hoodie boy Tyson Bagent there. Type TB for Tyson Bagent. What a headshot from Shepherd College there. Let us know in the comments, NP or TB. Let's go to the running back position now. I got 5 when you include the fullback. Now, part of me wonders if one of Khalil Herbert and Foreman, if there's a tiny chance one of them either gets cut or gets traded. I don't think Herbert would get cut, to be clear. Like, I think that would be a trade scenario. But what if they get into training camp and they're like, Roschon's a dog. He can be a starter. We can get a middle-round pick for Herbert. Let's just do that. Like, I'm not saying I want that to happen. I think Herbert's going to be this team's starter, but are 3 guys going to get legitimate touches? I think Homer's going to make the team as the special teams guy. You're going to keep a fullback. I'm going 5 for now. These 4 plus the fullback. Treston Ebner gets cut. You want to talk about a guy who really is in trouble in terms of making it is Ebner. I'm already hypothetically wondering if Foreman could get cut, and, that doesn't even include Ebner. So Ebner doesn't make it. 5 could happen with this team in the way they run the football. Injuries obviously pop up, but that is something to monitor. Not a lot of teams give 3 running backs a lot of carries. Okay, wide receiver here. I got 6 making the team. Most go between 5 and 7. Usually 5-6 is that sweet spot. I'm going 6. Obviously your big 3, DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool. Tyler Scott's a lock to make this team. He just got drafted in the 4th round. I know the Bears like Equanimous St. Brown. I think he'll be on this roster. And then Velus Jones Jr. If it comes down to him and Dante Pettis, if it's close, you got to think they're going to go with the guy they drafted in the 3rd round, right? Like, I'm still hopeful for Velus, but I do think the Tyler Scott pick does make him expendable, potentially. But I'm going to give Velus the nod for now. Notable cut is Dante Pettis. If they carry 7, he'll make this team. He did some good things last year, but, if someone poaches him after getting cut, so be it. I would rather keep Velus Jones for now. Now, True Classic sponsoring today's show, and listen, if you need to just revitalize your wardrobe, you can do it in a simple way with True Classic and get 25% off with code CHAT at trueclassic.com/chat. I'm a big fan of their gear, their shirts and polos. They fit you in all the right places, regardless of if you have a 6-pack or if you have a bit of a dad bod like I do these days as well. Also, they've really revamped a lot of their clothing. They have shorts, they have hoodies, they have pants, chinos, lots of different style clothes. And what I like about True Classic is it's simple, it looks good, it's comfortable, and it makes you look good in all of the right places. I think sometimes clothing brands, they kind of overthink things and they get too creative. You don't need all these designs. These polos, very simple, but they're comfortable. They make you look good and you feel good as well. Use promo code CHAT to get 25% off your first order today at trueclassic.com/chat. That promo code and link is in the description of this video. All right, my first curveball of the day. I've kind of been hinting at it. I think the Bears need a 3rd tight end. I think they'll carry 4, but I'm not convinced Chase Allen and Jake Tonjes make this team. So Allen gets cut. Cole Kmet, Robert Tonyan, your top 2 guys. I think they sign a free agent at some point. We'll take a look at a couple in a second. I think you need to upgrade there. Chase Allen's not proven. He was a practice squad guy last year. Jake Tonjes, just kind of a tight end fullback hybrid. Spent some time on the 53 last year as a UDFA, some time on the practice squad. Like, he's more of a tight end 4 to me. There's 2 guys I just am curious about. How about Mercedes Lewis as an option? Look, he knows the offense. He's a good blocker. Would he come down from Green Bay to Chicago? Has the relationship with Luke Getsy and Robert Tonyan. Something to consider. I think as a tight end 3 and a blocker for 1 year, you could do worse. Cameron Brate, another guy who we've talked about. Now, he's more of a receiving option, and you don't necessarily need your third tight end to be a receiving option, but I would take him over not over Robert Tonyan, but over Jake Tonjes. I would take him over Chase Allen. He's proven in this league. He played pretty well for Tampa for several years. So a couple of names to monitor. I do think adding a third tight end makes a lot of sense. Now, name a free agent that you think the Bears should sign. Doesn't have to be at tight end. It could be at any position. Let me know in the comments. Drop a name right now. So 4 tight ends make it, 1 to be determined with free agent, 9 offensive linemen. So you're starting 5, Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins. We'll see if it's Lucas Patrick or Cody Whitehair at center. I'll go Cody Whitehair for now. Nate Davis, Darnell Wright, starting 5, looks good. I still have question marks about the backups. I think for now, Lucas Patrick would make it. He can play center, can play guard. He's got versatility. Tyree Carter, while Nate Davis was out the first couple weeks of OTAs, was getting first-team reps, so I think he gets the nod to make it as well. And then Larry Borom and Alex Leatherwood, 2 players I'm not that high on, but based on what you got as backups, I think they would make this team. Notable cuts being Doug Kramer and Dieter Eisland. Now, Kramer was a tough one. He's a guy you drafted last year in the 6th round. I think he could have backup center potential, but if he makes it, are you going to go 10 deep? Are you cutting Lucas Patrick or Cody Whitehair, the loser of that starting center job? You could go that route if you feel like Kramer's a solid backup. So, again, this is my way too early 53-man roster projection, but had to make some tough cuts somewhere and had to do it with Doug Kramer. Subscribe to the channel before we get to our defensive roster projections here. If you want more videos like this, subscribe. Lots of segments throughout the offseason, latest news and rumors as well. Before you know it, training camp will be here. I cannot wait for that. So hit that sub button and turn on your notifications. Okay, defensive line. I've got 9 players here as well. Like the offensive line, kind of tricky once you get into the depth. Obviously, 5 defensive tackles: Andrew Billings, Justin Jones, your 3 rookies technically, but the 2 big ones: Jervon Dexter Sr. and Zach Pickens. Travis Bell, I've got making it as well as a 7th rounder. Edge, you got 4 guys right now. Got to think there's going to be someone else in there at some point, which is why I make this note. The Bears need another edge. We've talked about that for months. And it's possible that by the time you're watching this video, they've already added another edge. But if not, I still think they need to add another one. And if they do, maybe you go 5 at edge, 4 at defensive tackle, and Travis Bell doesn't make the cut. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Go to linebacker now. 5 players here. And I think this is kind of clear. I think these 5 are all locks. Maybe they go 6 with the guy like Sterling Weatherford, but Tremenda Edmonds in the middle, TJ Edwards at the will linebacker spot, Jack Sanborn, Noah Sewell, and Dylan Cole. Dylan Cole is going to be one of your top special teamers. Sewell and Sanborn are competing for that Sam linebacker spot. Sterling Weatherford is kind of right on the bubble. He was on this roster last year as a UDFA that the Bears liked. He played special teams, so we'll see there, that you could go 6 deep at this position, but Bears really revamped linebackers, so that tells me that they weren't pleased with the group they had last year. We go to the cornerback position now, and I got 6 guys making the 53 on my way to early roster projection, and a lot of this stuff's pretty straightforward. Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon. There's no scenario where none of these guys don't make the team unless, one of them has a season-ending injury and they don't count against the 53. Kendall Vildor, I'm curious about him. Is he a lock to make it? I've got him in there for now because he provides security if Tyreek Stevenson isn't quite ready to start, has some starting experience, Vildor does. Terrell Smith, the 5th-round pick, read some good reports out of him, so I think he's pretty safe. And then between Jalen Jones and Josh Blackwell, I chose Blackwell. I think he's got more special teams value, and I actually liked how he played in coverage a little bit more, but Jalen Jones is a name to watch. He's my notable cut here. I could see him making the team, and if there's not a big gap between Vildor, Blackwell, and Jalen Jones, they could cut Vildor. He's on the final year of his rookie contract. This regime did not draft him, so maybe they decide to move on there. But for now, I'm keeping Vildor. He started a lot of games for this team. Hasn't always played that well, but he at least has that experience. Now, who is your surprise cut candidate? Maybe it is Kendall Vildor, or maybe it's a guy like Velus Jones. Who knows? Let me know in the comments below who is your surprise cut candidate for the Chicago Bears. Let's go to safety here. 4 players making it. It could go 4, could go 5. To me, they don't have a natural 5th name. at this point in time. So Eddie Jackson, Jaquan Brisker, your two starters, pretty obvious there. Elijah Hicks, Kendall Williamson, I think both make it as well, and those are your four safeties, pretty cut and dry. And then you get to your specialists here to wrap up the 53. Cairo Santos, Trenton Gill, Patrick Scales. We'll see if Andre Schmidt pushes Santos at all at kicker. I know they signed, I forget the guy's name, another punter this offseason, but I think Gill's pretty safe there. And obviously, Patrick Scales has been this team's long snapper for a long time. So there you go. That's it. That is my way too early 53-man roster projection for the Chicago Bears. If there's someone I missed or something I overlooked or that you disagree with, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you soon.